dashboard, in the menu down here, you'll see contact. So just click on contact forms. You see there's a contact form already in there. So we can just go and have a look at that. It's got name, email, subject, and the text area. So where it's got this here, this denotes that this is a text field, one there as well. This is a text area, so it's a box of text. And email is email because it does some validation against an email itself. And where it's got an asterisk, that means it's mandatory. So according to this form, your name and email is the only thing that it requires. And then this means submit, so it's a submit button. We could change that to the anything we wanted. So we now have a form. We've got to look in here, to and from. So this would be possibly your email address on your web domain, because we'll set email addresses up. Let's call it info for now. And this to will be who it's going to send, because it's going to give me a notification, you see. So when we get an email, or sorry, when we get a form filled in, it's going to send me to this address here from info@conscioushouse.com, and it's going to say the subject is Conscious House, and then your subject and your email, and that is what is in here. Your email. Reply to, again, you don't need to worry about too much about that. And the message body, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get their email address, the subject, and the message. And then this little bit on the end here. These are just error messages that you can get on the form. So thank you, your message has been sent. You can change that if you want to change it to something else. Thanks for taking the time to fill in our form, or whatever you want in there. And you don't need to really worry about that. So let's go ahead and save that. So that's contact form 1. This here is it's what's known as a shortcode. So I could drop that onto any page, and that form will appear on that page. But luckily with the Visual Builder we don't have to do that because it's built into it. So if we go to Pages, go to Home, we can use this same contact form on the home page and on the actual contact page, which we're going to do some other fancy stuff on as well. Okay, so if we scroll down, we're going to create a row, and then so we've got this row. We're going to create a row within a row. We're going to create another row, and then we're going to create another row. So we've now got 2 rows within that one row. Just a way, it's a good way of grouping these things together. So within here, I'm going to do custom heading. It's just going to be pretty simple. Form from whatever you want to call it. It could just be like contact form. And let's use the default family. Save changes there. Now this row I'm going to edit the row, so I clicked on that inner row, which that's the wrong one. I want this row and the custom heading in it. We're going to make it a different colour. So we're going to go to design options and we're going to make it a shade of grey. Save those changes. And what we can also do, actually, stay in there, is we can make it have a lot of padding on the bottom. For instance, let's say 125 pixels there. Oops. 20 pixels there. Okay. Let's check I did it on the right row. Something jumped up. Oh, I'm not sure it's moved it on the wrong way. So let's do that again. 20 pixels there and 125 pixels there. Save those changes. So that's to that row. Go back to this row. And we'll just change that accidentally. I'll just change that to 20 pixels. Save that. Okay. So we've got two rows. Now this row now we're going to add a contact form. Do there. We click on contact form 7. Let's go to contact form 1. Just put contact form in there. I'm not sure we need it. We'll see what that does. Okay, I'm now going to update that. So we should have a custom header with one colour. And the form will be in another row that will be white. We're going to make that look quite good in a minute because we're going to overlap one form into the previous row, as you'll see in a second. So if we scroll down, okay, so we've got fill out form for more info. What we want to do with this one, we actually want to do this. We want to make it go across the whole screen. What we're going to do is we're going to get this form and we're going to move it up here slightly so that it's overlapping a bit of this. So let's go back to here, and so this particular row, custom headings in. Let's just scroll down. Let's open it. Okay, it's not letting me do it there. Let's have a look on this row. Maybe you can't do it on an inner row. You can. Okay. We want a row stretch. We want to stretch the row. Then we'll do save changes on that. So we've done it on that outer row. Let's just see what that does. A lot of this is trial and error. Just F5 that. Okay. So we've made this outer row stretch. Now let's see if we can stretch the inner row. Okay, just 1 second. Okay, I'll write it now. You can't stretch inner rows because we need to do we want to try and do an effect. What we're going to do is I'm going to move this into there, and I'm going to remove that original row, and I'm going to move this out of there. Okay, it's not going to let me move that. Let me try and move the contact form then. No. Okay, that's okay. I'll just create another row here. So I've got a row. Now I can move the contact form down to that row. I can then delete this row. So we've now got two rows. I was hoping I could like just join them together in a in a row there. So going back to this row, we're being able to stretch the row. There it is at the top. And again, because it's a new row, we're going to go 20 pixels there, 20 pixels there for padding. Save that. Actually, no, we want the bottom of the row of the form, so of this particular one, to be a lot more. So let's do 125 because massive gap that's there. We are going to fill with the form. We're going to move the form up into it. So just bear with me. Just want to check. Going back into here that I've still got the colour in there. Design options, select colour. Okay. Save changes. Okay. Let's update that. Just hit F5 on that. Okay. So you can see that that's gone full width now. So what I'm going to do, in a second, is move that up. So we're actually going to amend the form itself. Not in there. The row. Okay. We don't use that contact form. There's a different contact form to use. What we do, we go in here and we use contact form 7 because this one will let us edit this bit here. So I'm going to do minus 143 pixels. Contact form 1, just save those changes. I'm going to update. Something else I needed to do because it's going to move the form up. I want to pad the form to the left, right, and to the top with 30 pixels, just so that it doesn't hit any of the previous text. So let's do that on. Okay. Done. So This shouldn't be in padding. This should be in margin, and we're going to just change the margin. Padding is actually within the actual area that we're in. The margin is anything that is between two things. So we're just going to remove the distance between the previous cell, if you like, and we'll make that, say, 38 pixels, 30 pixels, and that 30 pixels. Save those changes. Update. Let's refresh that. Okay, so you can see it fits in there now, but it doesn't look quite right. We should have a border around that. So I think I can change that. We're actually going into contact form here, edit, design options, background colour, and I'll just make that white. Save changes. So at the moment I think it's just transparent. So if I refresh that now, okay. So it looks like we've gone too far up. Plus, we could probably change that background so it's more prominent, so you get a better feel for it. So let's go into here again. Go to there. Let's do 123. And then this row, if you might remember originally, we just changed the colour in it. But we could stick an image in there. Upload another file. So I need to go to downloads, stock images. Use this one. Set image. Save those changes. Update. I'm going to hit F5. Okay, so you get the idea. We could tidy that up. We could try different images. We could make that a bigger area, so maybe that it comes halfway down the form. We could even change the form slightly so it's slightly different. Just have a quick look at that. Okay, so make this slightly bigger. That's this row here. So 155. 40. How's that looking like? So update 5. The process. Okay. There you go. Moved it down slightly. I'm not sure why I've got a button like that, but you get the idea. We'd probably put that in white. And then you have a contact form.